Now, going on to the political part of the podcast, you have Vivek calling out Nikki Haley for supporting war and profiting war. His tweet going, as the youth might say, viral, getting about 250,000 views in less than a day. Not to brag, but last time I did tweet, I got 96 views. Humble brag. I would argue the best views of all time, though. The best views, as some might say. And if that impression didn't make your day, I apologize. But the attempt was there, nevertheless. Now, this is actually from an interview that Vivek did on Fox News. He did have a text before the video clip, though, so I'll read the text. And if you do have suggestions for production software for picture-in-picture, please let me know in the comments because I'm searching for one. I've tested a couple, still trying to find one that works best for the current hardware configuration that I have now so that we can have the picture actually being shown while I'm referencing it. So any feedback, as usual, is greatly appreciated. Now, the text before the clip is Vivek saying, quote, "It's pretty simple. Support Israel's right to defense, avoid World War III, and if you're Nikki Haley, whose family has made millions post-UN through military contracting, Boeing's board, and collecting corporate stock options while running for president, and has systematically monetized her time in government, you're not the right choice for America today. The fact that Hannity was so adamant against me in revealing." And we'll play a little clip here.
Where if your campaign is principally being run by super PACs, people who can give unlimited amounts of money to your campaign, I don't think that befits the Republican Party. I think we need to be better than that. So, Sean, you and I may have a different view on that. But my view is, if you're making money off your time in government, then I don't think you're fit to be president of the United States. Well, more importantly, though, what's our policy? Stand with our allies while avoiding World War III, and that's where I'm at.
A lot of people don't think you're qualified because you weren't even a Republican or voting Republican until what, 2020?
Well, Sean, I think it depends on what your objectives would.
I'm pretty sure, doesn't Sean Hannity like Trump? I mean, Fox News, at least previously, was pretty pro-Trump. Trump didn't have any political experience before he got elected president. So it's interesting that, well, I think we've seen Fox News shift precipitously throughout the past few months, especially. But it's interesting that Sean Fain is making that a point of contention.
What this interview are.
Sorry, Sean Hannity. Sean Fain is going to be the next time where we talk about United Auto Workers.
I voted Libertarian in my first election. I voted Republican in 2020. You're right. I'm not a partisan hack. I come in from the outside.
I'll forgive you for your screw-up.
I'm an independent-minded patriot who speaks the truth.
It sounds to me like you just want to jump from the private sector yourself, where you made a lot of money. By the way, I applaud capitalism. I applaud successful people.
Sean, I applaud you for being so transparent about your objectives.
I actually think that people working in the defense of our country, in the defense industry, are playing a vital role for the cause of freedom. So I don't really call it a corrupting influence or suggest that somehow that's a corrupting influence. I actually like the experience that goes along with working for defense contractors. But I've got to listen.
One of the things I loved about that interview with Tucker, was we were actually able to have a thoughtful conversation and go deep into issues rather than this kind of political.
And that's not what Fox News is for.
Gotcha.
The point is this.
Good.
You
go
on these interviews. Yeah, I have nothing but nice things to say, but here's your problem.
People should
watch it. You go on these shows, people quote your exact words, and you deny your own words. And I'm saying if you're going to be a presidential candidate, and you're going to spend, I'm going to give you your exact words, either own it,
Sean, you have been sitting here for years talking about the fake news media.
But you played this all the time.
I'm enjoying this. You have been laughing about the fake news media how many times for the last several years, and now you're buying the mainstream media narrative when you know how corrupt it is.
I am following you. I am quoting your exact words. Did I not quote your exact words? Did I or did I not quote your exact words? Did I quote your exact words?
And Armenia, absolutely.
Thank you.
Another reason remote interviews are not great, which is why for my interview podcast, I always have them come to the studio. There's always that awkward time delay too, which is inevitable. No matter how good your network is, there's always some unknown variable. So that inherently makes these types of interactions a little more awkward than usual. And of course, this is the Fox News where they have the talking boxes on each side, a cliche in and of itself.
Azerbaijan, yes,
I've got time to go.
About a different topic, Azerbaijan, where people should actually get their own information rather than filtered through centralized media.
I think it's asinine to think somebody that worked in the defense industry should not be qualified to be president. I think people that never held public office, like you, they're not qualified to be president. Anyway, we'll come back. We'll continue. Secretary of State, former.
Ironically enough, I think that's part of the appeal to some of these candidates. A lot of people appreciate that they haven't been a lifetime bureaucrat. I mean, the definition of sanity is doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting a different result. You look at DC, some of those people have been there for half a century and have accomplishments so small they can fit on a cocktail napkin. That might be a compliment to actually them, considering you could probably fit a couple of accomplishments on there. But nevertheless, they got about 250,000 views in less than a day and about 5,000 likes. Now, interestingly enough, what do you think will the comment section will be? Will they be agreeing with Vivek? Will they be agreeing with Fox News? Will they be about lukewarm? Let's dive on in and check it out. One of the top most liked responses, it comes from Volgetti saying, quote, "Fox is the swamp," unquote. It first got 229 likes. And I think more and more Americans are agreeing. It's hilarious that anyone would consider Fox News right-wing these days when all their DEI initiatives have leaked, all of their internal political views have leaked, the things they celebrate inside the company are certainly not conservative by any means. So, again, I feel like a lot of people that are tuning in don't realize what has really happened to Fox News throughout the years and how they really are just a left-wing company with a mask on. I think maybe people would agree with that sentiment given their donations, how they support topics, how they support candidates, and also the internal politics that they've created and the internal programs that they have. But nevertheless, that's another topic for another time. Someone by the name of the Nengelfeyen saying, quote, "Stop going on Fox, Vivek. They've made it abundantly clear who they'll be backing in this election, and it isn't you or Trump," unquote, getting 59 likes. Someone by the name of Schmitty saying Hannity is a disappointment, getting 25 likes. Someone by the name of the Baskin saying, quote, "It's hard to have a hard fight, but I'm glad you're fighting it. You have my support here in Central PA," unquote, getting 54 likes. Someone by the name of the Secret Man saying, quote, although this person might get an F for marketing, it says a secret man, but he has a profile picture of his face. Not much of a secret. Or perhaps he's going to the James Bond era or allure of secrecy where he's a secret agent, but he tells everyone his name. But nevertheless, marketing fumble faux pas aside, Mr. The Secret Man said, quote, "Vivek is always dropping the mic," unquote, getting 7 likes. Someone by the name of the News Hour saying, quote, "Nikki Haley has sold out to the military-industrial complex and betrayed the American people. She has no moral authority to speak on Israel's self-defense or World War III. She's only interested in her own power and profit," unquote. Now, that person got 28 likes. And then a lot of people getting 1 to 5 likes saying they're disappointed in Sean Hannity. Does anyone really watch Hannity anymore? Fox News is garbage, they're saying. D Flawless saying, quote, "Sean Hannity is damn annoying," unquote, getting 90 likes. Trying to see if there's anything contrarian. Maiden USA says, quote, "I don't personally understand why Haley gets periodic bumps in the polls. Having said that, it's still a one-man race. No one is going to catch up to Trump, not even you," unquote. She got 43 likes, which is a very common popular sentiment. A lot of people are noting the gap between even DeSantis and Trump, and then even Vivek and Trump. You're talking 30 plus points in the poll averages. And so it'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of speculation. Is he his hope to be VP? I mean, the gap is so large. Although there's a lot of uncertainty, will Trump be legally barred from running? Will a state take his name off the ballot? Which again, if you just have one swing state take Trump's name off the ballot, there's this with the odds. Well, I was going to say the Electoral College. It's going to be hard pressed to even, some would say impossible to win. So there's a lot of legal uncertainty. So that might be why a lot of the folks are still running to be the Republican nominee. Trying to see if it's let's see here. John Paul Applegate said, quote, "Sean Hannity, you are so addicted to hearing and seeing yourself on TV that you have become completely infected by Paul Rhino. I haven't watched your show in years, and this interview is the reason many Americans changed the channel after To Tucker's show," unquote, getting 11 likes. So, as the youth might say, Vivek was not ratioed, as an overwhelming majority of these responses are all positive. And of the negative responses that are here, they're negative against Fox News and Sean Hannity, which there's a lot more material there, to be sure. You know, But as far as it looks like that was a positive social media interaction with Vivek. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to increase his support as the polls continue to evolve throughout the electoral process. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today. I appreciate your support. Trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October. So if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, any comments are also appreciated because the feedback is how we grow, make the channel better and better together. Lastly, if you like the channel, it may or may not help with the algorithm. It's a mysterious thing. I'm not quite sure. It seems like it changes on a weekly basis on which videos go viral, which ones get shared more. But at the end of the day, your support is also always appreciated. Also, lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.